And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Looking at hazardous weather graphic here, up along the eastern Arctic coast, that's a wind chill warning out for tonight. For wind chills to 65 degrees below zero, those gusty west winds, temperatures, air temperatures, of course, well below zero, down into the mid-minus 20s and mid-minus 30s. And then there's along the Alaska Range here, that's a wind chill advisory for wind chills of 50 degrees below zero. Same thing here in northeast Prince William Sound, Valdez, Keystone Canyon, Thompson Pass, those areas, wind chills of 50 degrees below zero. And also up here along the Klondike Highway, a wind chill advisory there as well. Otherwise, the last remaining area here, Yukon Delta, St. Lawrence Island. That's a winter storm watch for possible winter storm conditions coming in on, Saturday and Saturday afternoon into Saturday night. Satellite imagery here showing, starting here in the east, showers on the decrease over the Panhandle today, but lingering down over the southern areas. Otherwise, they rotated back to the west off the coast in the north there, leaving leaving a dry condition, windy condition. Low pressure here pulling also westward into the Gulf of Alaska, associated with an upper trough. So that's creating some areas of light snow and clouds here. Variable mid and high level clouds into Cook Inlet today, Kenai Peninsula, extending northeastward there. A little bit of light snow around Eureka. And some light snow also reported around Delta Junction. So there is some areas of light snow with this band of moisture here, as well as Cordova picked up some snow earlier today. And just some very light snow showers with this feature here. Otherwise, gusty winds continued, but not as strong as yesterday over south central Alaska, western Alaska Range, although this afternoon, winds still gusting over 60 miles an hour at Seward. And pretty windy at Kodiak Island, across all of Kodiak Island, winds there gusting 35 to 55 miles per hour today. Lighter winds into Bristol Bay and the Alaska Peninsula. Dry conditions, cold temperatures all the way up to the Arctic coast in the North Slope area. Here's the next system coming in, bringing warmer temperatures, mid-40s today over the central Aleutian areas with rainfall there, ending behind the front out toward Chimay-Attu. And dry conditions, mid and high level clouds there over the Pribilof Islands down to the eastern Aleutians. Still a little bit of light snow going on around Unalaska there, but diminishing snow showers over the Alaska Peninsula. On the chart today, there's that front pushing eastward, south to north flow, of course, pulling warmer air northward there. Rain pushing up into the central Bering Sea, staying well west of the Pribilof, and mainly just clouds over the eastern Aleutians into the Alaska Peninsula. Then a weak disturbance dropping southward here out of the Arctic, bringing some areas of light snow, just kind of a few skiffs of light snow for Point Hope, Cape Lisburne. And also a little more persistent light snow today for Shishmaref down toward Teller, Wales, and those areas there, but not quite down to St. Lawrence Island. And then high pressure, cold temperatures in over the interior areas. And again, the tighter gradient here across southern, south central, and southeast Alaska with the low pressure area in the Gulf there, higher pressure to the north, continuing those gusty north to northeast winds. And also windy over the northern Panhandle, isolated showers down to the south, pretty much ended even down in that area. For tonight, that shower threat still exists there for the southern Panhandle. Otherwise, look for very windy conditions over the northern areas, Lynn Canal, in toward Juneau with clearing and temperatures into the teens at least. And same thing for Yakutat. Chance of snow here again, upper level trough still affecting the area here. Southwest flow aloft here with easterly flow down toward the surface or northeast flow. Able to squeeze enough moisture out of the atmosphere to produce clouds and maybe some areas of light snow over the Talkeetnas, western Copper River Basin, maybe the eastern Matanuska Valley areas, northeastward there across the eastern Alaska Range, Northway Tok, maybe Delta Junction, again, the Besna. Otherwise, down along the North Gulf Coast here, Prince William Sound should be dry. Kodiak Island, slowly diminishing winds, but they won't end completely. Lighter winds now over the southwest interior, light variable winds up over the northern interior under high pressure, temperatures dropping again anywhere from 35 to 50 degrees below zero. And still a little bit of light snow along the eastern Arctic coast there, but that wind chill warning continues through tonight. And look for some snow to push into the Pribilof Islands and western Alaska Peninsula, with snow trending toward rain, especially for Nikolsky as that warm front approaches the area there. And then for tomorrow, low pressure forms and moves west of the Pribilofs there, actually well west of St. Paul Island. So snow, maybe blowing snow going on there tomorrow. Temperatures on the rise though, and snow for the Alaska Peninsula, western Alaska Peninsula. Increasing clouds in Nunavak Island, otherwise clear and cold over much interior Alaska again. Improving conditions along the Arctic coast wind-wise there on the eastern Arctic coast, but again, highs staying below zero through much interior Alaska, west and north of the Alaska Range, maybe in the Copper River Basin staying below zero. Still some lingering light snow showers in that area there, and clear and cold over the southeast coast. And moving into the first day of the weekend, stays clear and cold over the south panhandle. A couple of dry, sunny days coming up there. Winds still windy in the north, though. Less wind coming out of the passes of the North Gulf Coast here. Copper River Delta, diminishing winds as the high pressure slips off, weakens. Of course, the low in the Gulf weakening as well. And both those, the combination of both those features weakening will lighten those winds up. Still clear and cold, but highs anywhere in the mid to upper teens to maybe lower 20s over south central Alaska, Kenai Peninsula. So it'll be a great start to the Iditarod there in Anchorage for Saturday morning. And then with this front pushing in to the southwest coast, again, possible winter storm conditions for the Yukon Delta, more likely though St. Lawrence Island, but this whole system weakening as it edges in toward the coastline with another low here south of the Alaska Peninsula. Periods of rain there. And a stronger system will bring wind and rain into the western and central Aleutians throughout the day on Saturday. And for the lows tonight, again, 35 to 50 below zero over the interior here, coldest over the Yukon Flats, and in the mid to upper minus 30s there for the central interior areas. Anywhere from 10 below to 10 above south central Alaska, but down to 10 below all the way into Bristol Bay. And then 10 to 20 for the Alaska Peninsula, and up around 40 for the central Aleutians. In the southeast coastal areas here up to the north, lows 10 to 15, and central and southern areas, mid-20s, like Sitka, low 25. High tomorrow, right around freezing for Sitka, Port Alexander, near 40 down to the south for Ketchikan, Klawock, and Craig, as well as Metlakatla, but lower to mid-20s from Juneau on up to Haines and Skagway, and highs in the teens, south central Alaska, mid-20s Kodiak Island, and 0 to 10 for Bristol Bay, below zero to the west and below zero to the north all the way to the Arctic coast. Gamble, 5 degrees, St. Paul, 30, lower 40s for the Aleutians. Lows the following morning, again, 35 to 50 below, coldest over the Yukon Flats here, and below zero again all the way out towards St. Lawrence Island to the Arctic coast, southward into Bristol Bay, and anywhere from 10 below to 5 above now for south central Alaska. Minus 24 for Gulkana there. May Creek will probably be closer to 30 or 35 below, and 5 to 15 for the lows for the northern southeast coast, right around 20 in the central areas, and mid to upper 20s to the south. And then for the highs, 15 to 20, again, in the teens, basically. Cook Inlet, Kenai Peninsula, Mananuska-Susitna Valley, edging up above zero for the Copper River Basin, right around 30 for Kodiak, mid-30s the Alaska Peninsula, lower 40s, or actually lower 40s for Cold Bay on the Alaska Peninsula, upper 30s for the eastern Aleutians, and looking a little milder here in the west, getting above zero a little farther east, but staying below zero for the central and eastern interior.